Hi there, welcome to my new video. It's all gonna be about this little guy. It's a GEPRC MX3 Sparrow True X frame, and we're gonna build it. So join me in building this. Here we have all the parts enlisted in front of us. So we first have the frame, we have motors, we have the GEPRC stable flight tower, which contains a F3 or an F4 flight controller, 4-in-1 ESCs with 20 ampere D-shot, and a VDX. We have a Foxeer microcam, it's the Aero Micro Pro, with a built-in OSD, which we're probably not going to use because the flight controller has an onboard OSD in it. We have wire mesh to protect the motor cables. We have propellers, of course, to fly. We have a Maytag beeper. And we have two receivers for the radio signals. This one we've gotten from V-Drone, from Lawrence, because he went over to, what's it called, the Tyrannus. So he doesn't use this one anymore, and I got one of him. So very nice, thank you. And we have one of Redcon, but I don't know which one I'm gonna use next, because this is the one I normally use, but I really want to try this one. So let's see, let's get them out of the packages. So there you have it, one motor coming up. Looks nice. Though I've heard that those little air inlets are easily damaged within crashes, so we have to find out if there are some motor cards for this model. So what we've done, last time I was building this thing, the GEPRC Sparrow, I found out I was missing some parts. So you can see there's a plastic kind of layer between them. So and that plastic layer allows us to create some vibrationless stack. Of course, all the parts will be listed in the description below. And now I've done 3 already, some wire mesh cards, and now let's create the last one. So check how long it must be. Fire. Check. Then make sure all the wires go in nice and tight. And so what I like about this model is that you can put the wires underneath the plastic board. Let's do them one by one. It's quite an annoying thing to do. I must say that practicing English with vlogging is quite hard, especially because you're talking to a camera. But in the end, I'll probably upgrade my English again. So I used to be good in English, still am, but I'm not doing it enough. Because in coding, in website coding, you have English, but it's pretty basic. there you have it. All connected. And the last one. Done. So there you have it, all stripped up. And now we're gonna solder the heads. And afterwards we're gonna bind them to we're gonna solder them to the board. And then we're going to for the XT60 connector. Oh, I really wonder how it flies. Well, the soldering iron isn't hot yet, so. I normally fly this one. So they're practically the same size. This is a 15 centimeters and a 13. So, do the comparison. They're pretty much equal in size. Just some smaller motors, and this one can wield 4-inch props. And I use some batteries that look like those ones. Turnigy Nanotechs, 850 milliamp hours and 45 Cs, and with this one I barely pull 25, so more than enough for 20 ampere Cs, I would say. I wonder though how these motors do behave. And there we'll have it. Pretty neat looking. So now we're gonna put together the cage. As you can see, the camera is well protected. It doesn't stick out of the frame. So we're gonna put it at 30 angle. So that's half of it. There are also some LEDs included, which fit here perfectly. So all we need is some light. And there we have it, the connector for the GEPRC Sparrow. So next up, the flight controller, which looks like this. And it should be pointing with the arrow towards the north, or this is the front, and it will fly like that way, so the arrow needs to go that way. There are some connectors in there, so hopefully they'll fit. They don't. There we have it, flight controller installed. Now we're gonna secure it with some standoffs. 4 to be precise. The last one. So there we have it. The flight controller is connected to the ESC and PDE because of this little thing. Here's one too for the VDX. So this should be all. So we're now at the final stages of building this quadcopter. It's been a few days ago since we did our last jobs here, but I want to show you something. The stable stack comes with some connectors like this, which are pretty much unconventional in my opinion. So I had to cut them all and connect them to the normal connectors of the camera and the receiver. I also did it so something to be aware of. But I think it will all work out pretty well. As you can see, we did put the receiver on top of the VDX with double-sided sticky tape. And now I see the battery is running dry. But when I intentionally wanted to raise this one, disconnect with another standoff, so it would be some higher, but then it will stick out of the roll cage, so that's not a good idea. So let's go put this together. That's one connector. The other one, LED strip. So that one is connected, and this one is connected. Welcome back. We'll see the intro screen from BetaFlight, where we will configure the drone, which is plugged in by USB right now. So here you'll see the standard opening screen with some settings and to calibrate the accelerometer. First off, we're going to ports, and if I'm right, I've already done this. So we've set up the serial racks on UART 6. In configuration, we'll see that the bit loop frequency is still at 2 kHz, which could be 8. You have them on DShot 600 with a modal idle throttle value in 4.5%. Spectrum, yes, we've already done that. Air mode's permanently enabled. We have an OSD and a LED strip. The LED strip is blinking, I don't know why yet. And if I go, yep, that's true. We have no beeper on board. It's also correct. No problems here. Fail safe. Also no problems. Bit tunings. Okay, this should be done well enough. I'll set up my own rates. 42, 136, super rate, 62. And one more 62, and the expo will be on 0.5. 0.5, this will be 1. This will be 0.2. 2. Okay. TPA is standard, so let's save this. We have him on rate profile 1, that's true. Receiver. It's not compatible yet. I don't remember if I've binded us already, so. Some deadband. I thought I already binded this one, but probably not. Modes at range on aux 1 and we have LED low on aux 4. Save it. Adjustments. aux2. Rate profile selection. Save it. Motors. Okay, and now we're going to plug the battery in. So let's hope it will work. So no smoke, luckily. Okay, now let's check our motors. They work. I don't know if I've calibrated them with BL Heli yet. So first up the OSD. Somehow this won't work with my mouse. So that will be for later do. I'm using a Wacom tablet. Wacom. LED strip looks fine to me. So let's disconnect this one. And go to BL Heli. Configurator. Reach setup. So there we have it. It's weird. $2,000. Yes, that's me, I'm hungry. 1,000. 2. Yes, these are normal. Okay. Right setup. Beacon delay 2 minutes. Okay. Now I didn't check the motor direction, so let's go back to BetaFlight. We go to the motors tab. I understand the risk. I have no propellers on, to be clear. Motor 1. Why doesn't this work again? Should be clockwise. It is clockwise. Motor 2. Let's go get some paper because it's also clockwise. That's not right. So motor 2 needs to be reversed. It's also clockwise. So motors 2 and 3 need to be reversed. And 4 will probably be clockwise also. Yep. So motors 2 and 3 need to be reversed. So we're gonna disconnect this one, go to BLE again, gonna read our setup, motors 2 and 3 need to be reversed, and we're gonna write the setup. And there we have it. Let's think again. There is a new version of the BLE, so let's go flash all 16.7 and flash them. And now we'll have to wait a second. Come dip 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 to toe toe. Second ESC is almost done. Motor 3, ESC. And the last one. And there we have it. Okay, we're gonna disconnect. And there we have it, one fully set up drone. And now we're gonna test fly it. See you in a bit. So, second chance. Earlier this evening we started flying in the playground, in the play yard, but my GoPro was empty, so we're gonna start it all over. Let's on. I know it was a great experience, so there we have it. I absolutely adore this one. Little. Lots of power on 3S. And then we're gonna camp here.
Power op front. Wat doe je nou, Fred? En het zit daar wie ik Nee joh, laat maar liggen. Je moet alleen even de touw op.
GoPro and a 3S is a no-go. Ooh, the wind is catching it. So, and there we have it, the Gep Sparrow on loss. I absolutely adore this little one, especially because of its looks. And now we're gonna help out those little guys because I think that they need some, damn it, attention.